Hey guys, good morning. It's Mike Jin here in the capital of Alaska, Juneau. Got in really late last night, only here for about 24 hours. So this is my first time seeing this place in the daylight, and it is like a postcard. It's surrounded by snow-capped mountains, the ocean, and as soon as I walked out of my hotel, my mouth started to water because I smell this. Filipino barbecue. This is a beautiful breakfast. Filipino pork barbecue skewer. Oh, it's so good. It's charred, it's juicy, little sweet, and that awesome umami from the marinade in the vinegar. Ernie, who I was talking to, says they make their vinegar in-house. So good. I have to hurry because I'm late for a salmon bake. This is the salmon bake. I've been wanting to come here ever since I first saw it on TV. I think it's gotta be at least 15 years ago. It's so beautiful. You walk in, you're in the midst of all these beautiful towering trees. The grill is smoking. You smell the salmon. As soon as you walk in, they welcome you with a cup of clam chowder. Everything here is a buffet style, so you can eat as much as you want. This has been such a bucket list item for me. On the buffet, there's Caesar salad, some pickles, baked beans with sausage. It looks like scalloped potatoes. There's rice. And of course, salmon. Start off with some salad. Salad is good. These baked beans, the sausage inside. I thought it was pork sausage. This, of course, being Alaska, reindeer sausage. Those are some smoky baked beans. Reindeer sausage, a little lean. Flavor very nicely. Scalloped potatoes good. Ribs. Very saucy ribs. I'm so excited to try the salmon. Salmon is not bad. It's tender, it's smoky. You definitely taste the wood fire. But being sockeye salmon, it's definitely on the leaner, drier side, and the texture of the salmon definitely more firm. It does have a very nutty, robust, slightly sweet flavor. Typically when it comes to salmon, I like it as fat as possible. So this to me, it tastes like what sockeye salmon should taste like. I don't know why I expected something much fattier and juicier, but it is a tender, very smoky piece of salmon. Not a lot of seasoning on here. That's probably why at the table they give you soy sauce and hot sauce and honey. Let's try a little hot sauce. And I think a bit of soy sauce wouldn't hurt either. Flavor-wise, so much better. This whole experience, pretty surreal to be sitting in the middle of the woods, eating fresh barbecue salmon. I always wanted to come to Alaska. I always knew it was gonna be beautiful, but again, it's like a postcard. Hi, round two. I think this is the best piece of salmon so far. This one, fresh off the grill, it is the most tender piece I've had today. You do gotta be careful because the bones are still in the salmon, so make sure not to swallow one of those. All right, dessert time. The dessert here is really cool and very fitting for the surroundings. Show you. Yeah, here, you can make your own s'mores over a campfire. There's a blueberry cake too. Eat that with my toasted marshmallows. That's really good. I think this place overall, it's definitely an experience. Ambiance 10 out of 10. You're sitting in the middle of the woods. You're not cold because there's heat lamps in every single table. There's a river behind me. There's live music. There's campfire. You're smelling the smoke from the campfires to the salmon grill. As soon as you walk in here, it's like a sensory overload. The food itself, I like the salad. I like the beans. I like the scalloped potatoes. Cornbread is nice. The rice, I was expecting something really savory, almost like dirty rice. It's almost like a dessert. It's very sweet. sweet. And the salmon itself, like I said, it's pretty tender, not a lot of seasoning. There's a little glaze they add at the end that adds a lot of sweetness. But if you wanted to have a more of a savory flavor, you gotta just season it at the table. My favorite thing about the salmon is the intense smoky flavor. I like that a lot, but this particular kind of salmon, the sockeye, it's just a little too lean for me. But I know a lot of people like sockeye. They like that firmer texture in their salmon. It's just not my personal preference. But this was definitely a bucket list experience for me. So surreal to be sitting here. Had to get one last piece of salmon before I left. This is the best piece. And it is not even close. Wow, still don't love all the bones in here and stuff, but I think this is the trick. So I asked for a piece to be cooked medium rare, and it's night and day when it comes to texture. Night and day. This thing is so juicy and tender now. And of course, filled with all that smoky flavor that I love. I think that's my ultimate tip for this place. Get your salmon medium rare. Night and day difference. So glad I got one last piece. All right, gotta head back in town. More seafood awaits. And after your meal, you wanna walk it off. There's a waterfall right down the street. All right, this is a must eat whenever you're in Juneau. Tracy's King Crab Shack. That's my pot right there.
With you, eh?
Crabs are done. So this place looks really, really fun. On the outside, there's 4 or 5 giant pots that's cooking up all the crab. And here they got, of course, Alaskan king crab, snow crab, Dungeness crab, all fresh, all local crab. So I got a combo, and it comes with 4 crab cakes, lobster bisque that Emerald Lagasse once called made with love. And this is all my crabs right here. I am just so excited. This is the only time I'm really happy when I have a very crappy day. First, let's try this lobster bisque. That will shake up all your taste buds. It's like flavors just roundhouse kick me in the face. This is one of the best lobster bisques I've ever had. Emerald is not exaggerating. This tastes like it came from my Alaskan grandma's kitchen. I never had lobster bisque this chunky before. You can see bits of lobster in here. This is borderline chowder. It's rich, smoky, a little sweet. Ton of heat. Oh man, I don't even want to take whole spoonfuls. I just want to savor this little by little. Oh, it's incredible. This is apparently what put them on the map, and this is definitely a star attraction anywhere. This is a must try. With this meal also comes with a couple of little buns. These are perfect vessels to carry this lobster bisque. Can't get over how good this is. So these are little medallion-sized crab cakes. Very crispy on the outside. It's good. Not nearly as good as lobster bisque. It's definitely the crispiest crab cake I ever had. It comes just like a little crabby hush puppy. A little sweet. Definitely a lot of crab flavor in here. Not bad. Let's get to the crab. Start with the snow as a little preview. So got a cluster in half. Again, all local Alaskan crab. Oh, that's so good. The snow crab is so good. Sweet with a little bit of brininess, with such a tender, succulent texture. I've got to try some of the king crab out. So the combo that you get with the king crab, you get 2 full legs and a couple of joints. Look at the size of these legs. This is absolutely beautiful. This is the red king crab. I didn't know they have something else called the golden king crab. They were out of it today, but the red one is supposed to be sweeter, and it just looks so beautiful. I don't know if it's because I'm in Alaska or what, but it looks redder. The color looks more vibrant. Call me crazy. I think it's sweeter too. It's so incredibly sweet. Wow, so sweet and succulent. Ooh, here's what I'm gonna do. Drop some king crab in here. King crab and the lobster bisque. Oh, it's just the best of both worlds. No wonder this place is so busy. I'm so happy eating this right now. Another place I really wanted to go to here in Juneau is the Mendenhall Glacier. So after lunch, perfect time to go. Just got to the park and oh my gosh, there's a bear. This thing probably just woke up from hibernation. Not too big of one either. That is absolutely amazing. Holy moly, this is beautiful. You can feel a noticeable change in temperature when you're near the glacier. So there's also a trail about 2 miles and that'll lead you here to Nugget Fall. And there's the glacier right over there. And there's the waterfall. Oh, that's cold. I did see some people drinking from the waterfall water. I don't recommend that. I mean, you don't know who or what is doing what upstream. Just got back from the glacier, so if you go on a bus, that trip is gonna be around 3 hours. It's dinner time, and staying at this hotel right here called the Silver Bowl Inn. Really cute little boutique hotel, and right next door is this pretty amazing looking Italian restaurant. Let's check it out. So that place is really popular. They'll have a table in about half an hour. Till then, let's see if we can get a little bite to eat first at the cellar door. I saw this place on Triple D. So I really want to come here and grab some of these nachos before heading out to dinner. According to Guy Fieri, these will ruin any ordinary nachos for you. So this thing is loaded with fresh tomatoes, Korean slaw, sesame sauce. There's pinto beans, homemade guacamole, their fusion sauce, sesame seeds, and you can choose a variety of protein. And I got seared ahi. Well, this is incredible. Oh my gosh, this is delicious. This is so good it hurts. Ordinary nachos completely ruined. Guy Fieri is right. This is absurdly yummy. The slaw is nice and refreshing. The sauce is creamy and spicy. The ahi is so freaking good. It's super tender. And it's covered in melty cheese, crispy onions. Ooh, I'm also getting great fragrant sesame flavor as well. It's spicy, it's sour, it's rich, and also refreshing. This is like the most ultimate nachos ever. This is absolutely spectacular. Not overhyped at all by Guy Fieri. Gotta finish up and go to dinner. First dish I got, this is so cool. This is the fried Thunderdome because, well, it looks like a Thunderdome. It's a giant piece of puffy bread with Parmesan cheese on top and also whipped Parmesan on the side. And this thing just came out of the oven. It smells ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at this. It's really thin and airy. Again, the top is covered in Parmesan cheese. Dunk it into the whipped Parmesan. Oh my gosh, this is good. This is the ultimate cheesy bread. The crust kind of tastes like the crust of a Neapolitan pizza. Very airy and toasty with a little bit of bitterness from the char. The Parmesan on top is already giving it such a wonderful nutty cheesy flavor, but dip it into the whipped Parmesan, you get a whole different texture of cheesiness. This is one of the most incredible breads I've ever had at an Italian restaurant. This is so good. It's so buttery as well. I feel like I might need another one of these. Here, this bread is definitely a main attraction. 100% must try this if you ever come here. All right, my other appetizer has arrived. It's a roasted cauliflower with hot honey and Calabrian chilies. And I think dill dipping sauce on the side with some pickled veg. Look at this thing. This thing, I think they popped it into the same oven as the bread and the pizzas. So the outside is beautifully charred, and look at this. Juicy inside, you see all the spices. Oh my gosh, and you see all the chilies on the bottom of this cauliflower. Oh wow, cauliflower is really, really tender. You get a little hint of bitterness from the char. Of course, that gooey, rich sweetness from the honey. And then this thing just sits on your tongue and burns you. I think it's better with the dill sauce. I love dill, and it just adds a cooling factor to the cauliflower, which is just burning hot. It's sweet and very, very spicy. I really love that sweet bitterness from the outside char. And on the side, look at this. This is pickled cauliflower leaves. So they're utilizing the whole cauliflower in different ways. This is ingenious. It kind of tastes a little bit like lettuce roots. That was really good. Wow, I've had roasted cauliflower before. This is the best one I've had by far. There's no arguing how flavorful this is. And the heat is deliciously punishing. Oh, I just learned a little more about this restaurant. So initially, I think the owners of the restaurant wanted to make an Italian restaurant. But eventually what they did was create a restaurant that's Alaskan food with Italian flavors with a slight Filipino influence. Because apparently 10% of the Juneau population is from the Philippines. And that's why these dishes are so unique. Entree is here. This looks freaking incredible. This is scallop Fra Diavolo Maffodune. And Fra Diavolo sauce is a spicy tomato sauce. And they really up the ante on the spicy here, just like they did on the cauliflower. It's covered in chilies. The scallop is covered in chilies, and the scallops are local Alaskan jumbo scallops. I have a feeling this is gonna be amazing. Oh, it's good. Maffodine is one of my favorite pastas. I love the chewy texture of this pasta. Very zesty tomato sauce. Tons of heat in here. Scallops is something you barely need to chew. Sweet, very, very succulent jumbo scallops. Oh, this will go so well with the bread. Take some of that bread, dip it in the sauce. Oh, I love it. Never been to Juneau before. Really didn't know much about it. It's such a foodie city. There is so much influence from Filipino cuisine here. Whether it's Mexican food, Italian food, you can see it, you can taste it. I mean, the pickled vegetables and the cauliflower, amazing. There's so much extra flavors in all these dishes. And we haven't even got to dessert yet. Dessert ube panna cotta with, I think, a crumbled up Oreo cookie on top. Oh, it's so creamy. This thing feels so good after all that heat. This is like ube silk. That is so cool. An Italian restaurant with a little Filipino flavors mixed in. There's actually so many other restaurants I wanted to try out here in Juneau. But like I said, I only have about 24 hours here. My flight is leaving very early tomorrow morning. But this has just been an amazing food day. Tons of items checked off my food bucket list. First time here in Alaska. And I was trying to debate on where to go, either Anchorage or Juneau. I mean, not knocking the Cuisine in Anchorage, but I feel like I made the right choice. And as always, all the places I went to listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Till we eat again. See you later.